Hope you are too. El Dorado. We don't see this map as much. We got to see it earlier in a PvZ. No, TVZ. Future versus Starkiller earlier. But that is not happening now. Now we have spawning over here on the left-hand side our red Terran player, known as Future. And his opponent, spawning on the right-hand side, our blue Protoss player, known as Robbie. PvT, one of my favorites to be able to watch. We've talked about it a lot today because we've been able to see a lot of it today. But it's this cool little dance between the two factions and, you know, their ability to create space using AoE damage from Colossus, from Psionic Storms, but also the high intensity, high pressure situations that the Terran player likes to put the Protoss player in, with drop play, with Widow Mines, with all this bio-aggression. Like, it is very fast-paced and very exciting to see. So I'm really excited to see these two players go at it because this is the semifinals. We've made it to the semifinals of Cheeseadelphia. I'm really pumped, really excited that you all are here to be able to watch these two players battle it out. Robbie versus Future. And we've got our normal opening that we would expect to see of our Reapers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Hobo Baron, for following along. Appreciate it. Glad you like RTS adventures here. Of course, let's talk a little bit about El Dorado because it is a really interesting and unique map as these players are kind of powering up into their normal openings that we expect to see. But one thing to note is there's a lot of minerals just like all over the map. One thing to note is you can kind of sneak your way into additional bases on this back corridor with lots of minerals. Part of the way to be able to do that is to mine away this gold set of minerals here. But see the Reaper double checking and making sure, all right, we're going to pay close attention to the vision of these players in this matchup because you want to make sure there's no proxy stuff, there's no crazy pylon forward on the map, nothing that we got to be really worried about. But now we got the Adept opening here. So again, speed and mobility is the name of the game from these players here. So we've got a Hellion Reaper opening, which very fast, very mobile. Adept opening for our opponents, very fast, very mobile with the shade ability that they've got access to. So we're going to see how well these players do about this early pressure. And there we go. Seeing the double Reaper, you're kind of aware of what is happening, and you're trying to get the catch. Did not get it, but we're going to try to get up here, and we see what else we can be able to see. The Hellion is good information to note. So the door is closed, can't get in, and that's okay. We could try to do some harassment here. And yeah, door is going to be, oh, Buns almost got through, did not get through here. So we have that little dance back and forth, but this is nice. We tried to hide our SCV. We couldn't get him away in time, but we did try to put this little SCV tucked away back there. Oh, Hellion getting low there. Reaper getting low as well, but we shade on out. We're okay. So a little bit of back and forth between both the players there. Losing an Adept, not that big of a deal, what we kind of expect to happen, but we're going to continue up with this pressure, following it up with the increased mobility that is Blink Stalker play. Behind this, we know we're going to be preparing for a timing attack with, oh, a nice, again, denial there. Let's just immediately put a stop to that command center. Another SCV is ready to go there. Hellion goes down, number one, and number two is getting real low, and we're going to try to get it. We are going to get it. Oh, we didn't get it. Woo, 2 health. And we are going. So this is that kind of moment. We've had this conversation earlier of players asking about, you know, why don't, in that case, you just spend the time and heal up and repair up that vehicle there? Well, part of it is the speed, right? We need to just get over there and capitalize on our units. See what we can add. One hit is better than no hits at all. This just kind of using it as more of a scout in this case is going to be nice and useful. So he's going to deny down there, while at the same time our Reapers are going to be zipping in and jumping around and doing what they can to be annoying. Distract inside the main base. We see the buncing happening as they kind of bounce around and be annoying. In the meantime, we've got the natural there with the tank now dropping in. Marines are here. We're going to try to put a stop to that one pylon. Reapers joining back up here to try to help, and we're seeing the hot pickup try trying to help out here, and we do see additional bunts going down here. Will he get that? Yes, does take out the pylon, shutting down these. Oh, the tank is going to be able to get cleaned up here. Medevac almost dying it, but will take quite a bit of damage, denying the pylon there, and will be able to clean up the rest of those four. So great hold for Robbie. Great disruption coming out for Future, losing quite a bit in that kind of exchange there, but still coming out ahead as we look at the resources lost here between both these players here. But this is the biggest win right there for Future. That kind of slowdown of saying, hey, if I was going for a different route, things would be a little bit tough. But we talked about the amount of pressure that Terran players like to put on our Protoss opponents, and this is it right here. Look at this Liberator coming in, parking itself, this flying siege weapon, locking down the mineral line, basically putting a stop to any mining here, and you can kind of unsiege and reposition yourself. Blink Stalkers, though, going to try to see if they can find an angle where there might be an avenue to get in here, and we do see. Let's blink on over. Find this way to sneak up into the base. Got to just wait for the blink to go off. There we go. How well is he? He has no idea. Can we get in? No, so many tanks here. Oh, we don't. Oh, the door's closed right away, and you're going to lose all those stock. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh. Yep. 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 That hurt. Oh, that hurt a little bit there. It was pretty even, pretty close there, but losing those set of stalkers, I get it. Kind of, you want to do the GG go next, right? You threw them away. You lost quite a bit with that first initial push. You lost some mining with the, you know, the Liberators coming in. It was tough. So you're like, okay, scramble, let's go it again. All right, Hobo Baron's cheering for Future. He's happy he's got that first lead up in the semifinals. We'll see if he can kind of continue that momentum. Really, really close back and forth between both them there, right? The pushing and the pulling. You know, that it's a risk to go for that blink push like that. But that's a tough map, too. Short distance, very quick, easy to get across the map there. So both players going in. Let's go. Countdown's going. Game number 2. Let's just jump right into it, y'all. All right. And we're going to be hopping over to our next map. A little bit different this time around. Not as in your face as our last one. But still expect a high intensity game between these two players. So spawning up in the north, currently leading the series 1-0 with very aggressive Terran play. He is known as Future. And his opponent spawning in the south, representing the Protoss. It is currently down 0-1 in this. Our Protoss player known as Robbie. So we'll see what Rob's got in store for us this time around. You know, pointing out the kind of lockdown based on what the map is. You know, there's this Reaper ledge, so we're going to reposition and how we kind of set ourselves up here. We know that Future loves Reapers. They're really strong. It benefits players that are very fast, very mobile, very micro intensive, and he is one of those players that takes advantage of it. He's also very, very good with his crisp timings, right? We saw it as soon as that medevac was ready with that siege tank. We're across the map putting pressure on our opponent. Boom, Liberators up. Let's drop that over there, right? This very crisp. Let's just send and see what happens. How much damage can we get done? We're going for the double Reaper opening here. Double racks. Apply additional pressure. Part of that, too, is kind of reading the situation from game 1. You go, okay, I know how my opponent played. They defended pretty well, but I definitely was able to kind of put a lot more pressure on them than they may have been prepared for, so we can be able to kind of add a little bit of extra. Probably as soon as you get those first 3, you're going to be sending them across the map here. We'll see when he starts to kind of tech up and go for that kind of normal. We'll get the factory, we'll get the starport, kind of go that route here. In the meantime, the mobility is key in the PvT, so being able to get up into Blink Stalkers is, again, the traditional, what we normally are seeing in this sort of matchup. A little probe sneaking on over there past these little tentacle debris. Hive mind looking guys. But yeah, the vision is crucial. So we're going to pay attention as these players move across. What information do they see? How do they respond to this sort of move out? Sees the expansion coming down immediately and just sort of runs away. Double gas going to be added in here. A depth opening as well. Going for the sentry as well. So I'm wondering if he is going to be able to like try to wall off and do some shenanigans with this once he's like used up his energy that he needs for his scouting. We'll see. I love being able to use like the sentries, but I'm old school player like that. That's like, you know, you had to learn how to get good about microing on ramps, or you just died in Wings of Liberty. All right, factory's coming down right as the scout gets on over here. So we get the confirmation of everything that's going on. Everything looks and checks out. Nothing too out of the ordinary that we would not anticipate, but, you know. Oh, probes are under attack as the Reapers are in the base. 2 go down. Sentries coming on over with our Adept to be able to help out, and we do see kind of that micro battle. Nice little wall off. Ooh, tried to trap it, but there was still a little bit of a gap. So that was the stuff we were hoping to see, is the plays for that. But remember, Sentries very vulnerable here. 4 probes have died off so far here, and this is that kind of information gathering, the reading of going, hey, I think I could tilt my opponent, I can mess with them a lot just from using these Reapers here. And oh, sentry's gonna go down, and the bunts on the Adept lets these 2 Reapers get out. So that's that, like, how much can I tilt and bother my opponent with such an aggressive in their face build, and it's gonna be a problem. There's another probe going down. So what do we have to, yeah, 2 more, so that's 6 total that these guys have gotten. Gonna get a 7th, yeah, and we get on out. There's the Stalker coming out, which will help to put a big shutdown on this play here. But 7, yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that. Yeah, look at those resources lost there. So, Stim following up here. The blink is on the way, like we talked about, the mobility. Rob going right into that. All right, I've officially held off. I need to try to get my own way to get an advantage now. I can't be aggressive and can't move across the map, so let me try to get my 3rd base up. And the other side, though, we're going to hit a timing. All right, Medevac's on the way. Widow Mines are here. Thank you, Disrespect SC2 for liking the content, but we are going to hit a nice crisp timing over here on this side, and that's going to be that Medevac load up and drop with the Widow Mines. Yeah, the things that Future does with Reapers is just not fair. 100%. You see this, like, he's in their face every single time he plays this. But, oh my gosh, the Stalker's going to catch this. This timing here. Ooh. Look at this. Oh, he gets by just in the nick of time, sees what's going on. Will he get the drop off here? Gets one in there. One will get cleaned up. The second one will end up dying in the process here, but that's all right. Look at this. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. Oh, it doesn't know. It doesn't know. It didn't know which one to target. Oh, he keeps stopping it. Nice save. He's like, I'm not going to let you get it. Oh, he does get the blink off and cleans it up. So nice hold there for Rob being able to defend there. So really, really cool to see this kind of back and forth action that we got going on between these players here. Travis, thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate you checking out the Starcraft action we got today. We're getting into the exciting part of the game here, because this is that decision-making time. What AoE are you going to go as a Protoss player to respond to what your opponent is doing? So we know it's Widow Mine. We know it's going to be a heavier bio play, or we anticipate it's a heavier bio play based on the fact that Widow Mines were coming at us and trying to hit us. So now we're going to be seeing how the Protoss responds. Oh, Stalker's coming over here. They were trying to go in for a cheeky little blink play, but just like they did before, and we're going to be catching a lot of them there. And oh, yep, forcing them off. Pay close attention to the number of Marauders that Future has in his army here. This is going to be that important part that we're looking for. How well does he be able to kind of get to the front and disrupt and stop these Stalkers? But speaking of disrupt, we got Disruptors added into the mix. So this is that AoE that we were talking about. And see, the next load up, another Medevac full is going to be loading up. So we got a Bioforce down at the south, trying to kind of shark around there. What up, Caleb? Appreciate the support here. We've got that Bioforce on the south trying to be annoying, trying to load up and distract, but this is a distraction. Yes, it's a powerful force, something to be worried about, but you only see one medevac here, so you have to kind of be aware that this isn't all the army, because the rest of the army is coming in here. We see the stim. They're going right for this third base and going to clean up so many probes in the process. 5 of them go down immediately. We see a next load up of troops coming on over here. There's the warp in. We're going to be able to take out the pylon and get on out looking for the rest of the probes, and we find them. Do we stay? Ooh, it's a commitment. We're going to start taking out some of the zealots. The blink stalkers are here targeting down the medevac. We can easily kind of back on up, take a couple of the troops with it, and this is that annoying moment that we normally see. Disruptors! Oh my gosh, 1, 2, and gets them both. We'll be able to swing on over to the top side here, and GG is called. What a game. Ooh. Future is putting on a clinic today, telling everybody what is what about being a Terran powerhouse here. He's shown us time and time again what it means to be able to push a Protoss player to the limit just with his multitasking skills, putting the Reapers in your base, disrupting you constantly, dropping all over the place. I say it so many times, but this is the kind of style that I hate to play against because I can't keep up with it. What up, creature? Glad you're tuning in and enjoying the content here. We've got some awesome stuff. We've been seeing, of course, a lot of you awesome players battle it out here today at Cheeseadelphia, and now we're going to be watching the semifinals. Future coming up here versus our Protoss player, Rob. And we are left with 2 Protoss, 2 Terran left in the event. Of course, we have the other side of the bracket going on as well with Cheeseadelphia versus Zen. So now let's jump in it. You hear the countdown. Let's see how Future does. Can he keep dominating, keep his crown that he's been gathering up, being Cheeseadelphia champions in the past? Is it enough to carry him to this next championship? We will see as we load in here for game number 3. All right, spawning in the south, our red Terran player currently up 2-0 here in the semifinals. He is Future. And his opponent spawning up in the north, looking to crawl his way back in here, trying to assemble some sort of fighting force to be able to deal with all the pressure that Future sends to him. He's our yellow Protoss player, Robbie. Yeah, this is you're on the defensive, right? This is the Protoss mentality of I have to just try to stay alive and claw and grab onto any little foothold that I can to be able to make it into the next stage of the game, right? Can I get up to the AoE portion of the game? Can I get up into kind of the mid stage of there? Like where can we get a hold and be able to hold on to it and continue? But it's not been able to work, right? Future has just been like, well, if I just continue to play the way that I normally play and just stay in your face, you're not going to be able to play the game that you want to play, and I'm just going to eventually wear you down and beat you down too much that you're not going to be able to progress the way that you want. And there we see a little bit of harassment coming out, just the normal stuff, you know, use your APM wisely, get in there, get some scouting, get some information about what's happening. Yeah, look at that. Trying to wall him in there. But information is given. Trying to kind of keep an eye on the expansion as well. We know, of course, the expansion's coming up here for Robbie as he's kind of got his wall set up here for the Reaper shenanigans that we know are coming. Oh, almost getting that SCV here. Will he get it? Yeah, all right. Nice little win to start things off, but Future's going to have none of that as the Reaper comes back on over. Cleans that up. Second Reaper queued up. Factory going to be following this up. So again, we're going to be going into this kind of high mobility battle between both these players here. Reapers, Hellions, this kind of speed go. We could just kind of bypass the Hellions and go into a a little bit of different routes. We could be able to kind of tech up into the Stargate stuff and go into that medevac early, but we do not opt for that right away. We need to use our minerals wisely, so we're going to get expansion, going to get our own heli in here, and be ready to kind of zip our way across the map and try to apply pressure to our Protoss opponent, who's getting their, of course, Adepts up, getting a Stalker up, being able to kind of get the normal stuff and going quick into the robotics facility. So we're going for a quicker tech route here, giving us a little bit more flexibility to respond and defend against this initial push of the speed units that Future is going to be opting for. Ultra love. I like this map a lot. Just like the visually, like the black holes and everything that's going on around this map, the like pulsing and stuff that's happening. And there we go, pushing his way in here. Oh my gosh, catches that Hellion almost there. And oh, the lineup, we will be able to see that kind of push the prod getting in here, trying to make something happen. And we will be seeing a lot of damage get done here with these Reapers sneaking their way in, getting into the main base here, and trying to drop all those mines around, and killed off 7. Reaper trying to find an angle, will not be able to escape, but 7 probes killed is a lot. We also got that confirmation of the robotics facility. We're going to be going for a warp prism of our own, followed up by a robotics bay, but here is that confirmation of where the next path is. Where's the timing that we're going to be hitting? We're going for this siege tank push. Medevac's here, siege tank is here. We lost all of our Reapers in the process here, but that's okay. You know, worse things have happened. I'm confused about the medevac, though. We didn't load it up. Is this the fake out? We're going to scare our opponent? Is that the mind game move now? I think that is. Yeah, look at this. Like, hey, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. But you... Oh. He saw the cancel. Pay attention, though, because this is the actual. Adepts coming in here. We're going to sneak in here. But this also reveals that you don't really have much. Right? This is the... Okay. You were trying to tech up. You canceled it immediately. So I might hit at a great timing. The SCVs are coming just for this repair mode. We could start dropping down bunkers. But Adepts have made it into the base. They're going to, of course, get surrounded. One will get cleaned up. Couple SCVs going to get cleaned up in the process there. 8 total, so we're getting that kind of clap back, but watch very closely because here's the push coming up. 1 Colossus is here. The tanks are there, though, and they're going to go start focus firing down and dealing the most damage to that 1 Colossus in the back here, and that is going to be kind of repositioning. Extended Thermal Lance trying to get started up here, but the Colossus very, very low health in the process, only at 40 health left. Shield battery going to be canceled off. No more production from the robotics facility. Our pylons getting targeted down. No extended thermal lance. And that also means no more Colossus production in the process here. So, hold well at home. Setting ourselves up here. Warp Prism still left alive, so we can do some juggling. Hard contains coming up. We can slowly start moving the tanks forward. We can slowly start putting our bunkers up. And eventually, yeah, we're going to have to dance. Dance, dance, dance. Let's see if we can get close enough. And, oh, the Vikings here to help just kind of lock this zone down. And this kind of push is the scariest thing. Yeah, we're not even going to attempt to push our way through it. GG is called. Future takes the series 3-0 over Robbie here. Good job for Robbie making it to the semifinals, but Future just showing why he is so good at what he does and puts on a clinic in the TVP mentality there. So great games from both players there. Future moving on to the finals. Cheeseadelphia currently leading, it looks like 1-0 versus Zen. Then we'll be jumping into our next couple of matches very, very soon here.